Good day. We are the group 4 and we will be discussing to you about isolated danger marks, safe water marks, and special marks. So the members are as follows. We have Durance Kobe, Cadet Duga Gabriel Saint, and Cadet Dekito Ezekiel, and myself, Dultra Jennifer Ken. So our learning outcome is to identify what are isolated danger marks, safe water marks, and special marks. So the importance of our topic is that students will be able to identify what are isolated marks, safe water marks, and special marks. So without further ado, we will be going to discuss to you our first topic, which is the isolated danger marks. So let me ask you, what is an isolated danger mark? So an isolated danger mark, as defined by the International Association of Lighthouse Authorities, is a sea mark used in maritime pilotage to indicate a hazard to shipping, such as a partially submerged rock. It is recognizable by its black and red bands and top mark of two black balls. So again, let me ask you another question. What are isolated danger marks used for? Isolated danger marks are typically used to mark hazards such as an underwater shoal or rock. They are colored black and red from the topic itself. Danger marks. So it defines a specific area or an isolated area in which there is danger in it. An isolated danger mark is also used to mark small isolated danger marks with navigable water around the buoy. So now let me define to you the characteristics of an isolated danger mark. Isolated danger marks are black with one or more than red horizontal bands and two spheres as the top mark, and are vertically disposed and it is consist of a pillar and a spar shape. And at night, white light flashes in groups of two. To simply remember our isolated danger marks, think of two flashes of light with two spheres as the top marks. So now let's move on to our next topic, which is the safe water mark. So again, let me ask you, what is a safe water mark? A safe water mark, as defined by the International Association of Lighthouse Authorities, is a safe or a sea mark used in maritime pilotage to indicate the end of a channel. It usually implies that open, deep, and safe water lies ahead, though it is sometimes also used to indicate the start and end of a buoyed section of a continuous narrow channel. Or a line of these marks can be used to mark a safe route through shallow areas. It is therefore important to consult an appropriate chart to determine the exact meaning in each case. The marker is also sometimes known as the fairway buoy or the clear water buoy. So now let me ask you again, what are safe water marks used for? The safe water mark, also commonly referred to as mid-channel buoy, fairway buoy, or a sea buoy. It is used to indicate safe water mark in all directions. It is also most often used to indicate the beginning of a marked channel when approaching from seaward. Safe water mark are also used by the navigator as the point of departure or the point of arrival when beginning or ending an offshore passage, thus marking the point between open water navigation and pilotage. So that's all for my side. Let us continue our discussion to further discuss safe water mark. Cadet Duga will continue the discussion about safe water mark.
Safe watermark. So what is the meaning of safe watermark? Safe watermark shows that there is a navigable water all around the mark. Next is I'm going to describe to you the characteristics of safe watermark. Markings. A safe watermarks are never numbered. However, in the Americas, they're often marked with the initials of the waterway or port to which it is associated. Some places in the world they are often left unmarked. Also, a characteristic of a safe watermark, its color. Color markings on the safe watermark consist of red and white vertical stripes, making it fairly easy to identify during daylight hours. Next is another characteristics. It's a top mark. With the exception of the spherical buoy, all the safe watermark buoy configurations will carry top mark, which will consist a single sphere or ball. The ball or sphere top mark will always be red. So just keep in mind that the ball or sphere top mark, the color will always be red. And next characteristic, it's the light characteristics. So it lighted at night or during the hours of darkness. The light phase can be either can be seen. So there's a Morse code and A, one short then one long flash. Isophase coating or long flash every 10 seconds. It will only show a white light Morse code. A is a commonly found in the US, and the other light phases are common most everywhere else. So next is safe watermarks. Show that there's a level water around the mark. For the example, there's a fairway, mid-channel or landfall mark. So that's it.
So, good day everyone. I'm the Cadet Dikito, and my task for today is to discuss the chart display and what is a special watermark. So, first thing, what is chart display? So, you can see in the picture, the safe water depack on the chart above is being used to mark the approach the entrance channel feed to Lauderdale, FL. Let's move on to safe watermarks. Safe watermarks, the chart display. The nautical chart notation for a safe watermark showing a red and white vertical strip buoy with a top mark of ball or spear red. As you can see, RW here is red and white, and PE it shows a white light displaying the Morse code letter A, MOA, and it has a radar beacon that will display bright single dash on your radar screen. The equivalent of Morse code, letter T, negative, and it's equipped with the AIS transponder. So, as you can see, the Raycon. Let's define the Raycon. What is Raycon? Raycon, also called radar responders or radar transponder beacons, are receiver or transmitter transponder device used as a navigation aid, identifying landmarks or buoys on a shipboard marine radar display. A Raycon responds to a receiver radar pulse by transmitting identifiable mark back to the radar set. Let's go on to special mark. What is a special mark? So, a special mark, as defined by the International Association of Lighthouse Authorities and a sea mark used in the maritime pilotage, it is recognizable by its yellow color and an X top mark. It has distinctive sequence of various flashes that does not match other navigational mark flashes in its vicinity. That would be all. Thank you. What is the meaning of special mark? Special mark means a market not primarily intended to assist safe navigation, but to indicate special areas or feature referred to in charge or other nautical publications. For the next one, what are the uses of a special marks? So, what are special marks used for? Special mark show a special areas or feature. For example, to show that a channel divides, or to mark cables or pipelines. They can also mark a channel within a channel.
So, hello sir, I am Kadit Durens, and for the continuation of the topic special marks, so here are the list of where you may encounter the special mark. First is the general or special anchorage areas, military exercise areas such as firing ranges, locations of underwater structures, race courses, seaplane bases, areas without a safe channel for passage, spoil areas, quarantine anchorage, traffic separation scheme, swimming areas, surface and subsurface pipelines, rigging operations, survey operations, marine construction areas, and weather reporting. And the next is the characteristics of a special mark. First characteristic is the color. The color of the special purpose buoy consists of a solid color yellow, making it easy to recognize during daylight hours. So, color is one of the important characteristics of a special mark because it helps us to identify easily what kind of special mark or what kind of buoy we are seeing or encountering in an open sea. If we see a color yellow or a solid color yellow mark, we can easily say or we can easily identify that it is a special mark. The next characteristic is the shapes. The special purpose mark can be found in any of the 5 basic buoy configurations. So we can see at the slide there are some of the examples of the shapes of a special mark. The first example is the can buoy. The next is a nan buoy. Third is a pillar buoy or a combination buoy. Fourth is the spherical buoy, and lastly is a spar buoy. So the next characteristics is the markings. If marked, a special purpose buoy will only be lettered. Numbers are not authorized on other than ODA's weather buoys. So in the markings, only lettered are allowed on the special mark. But it is authorized if the buoy is on ODA's weather buoys. Next is the top mark. If a top mark is fitted, the special purpose buoy or a special purpose mark will only display the shape of a St. Andrew cruise. It is easily identifiable as it is closely resembles an X. So if our special mark or our special buoy is fitted with a top mark, the only top mark that can be put in our special buoy is an St. Andrew cruise or a letter X. So we can easily identify if it is a top mark of a special purpose buoy because it is resembles to a letter X. So last is the light characteristics. If the special purpose mark is lighted, it will display the following characteristics. So first is the color. It will only show a yellow light. If we lighted our special mark, we only put a yellow light. We cannot put another color because it can be mistakenly identified as another mark or another buoy. Next is the phase. Any light phase can be used with the exemption of those prescribed for cardinal marks, or combinations of a quick flashing or very quick flashing, isolated danger mark flashing 2, or safe watermarks, isophase, occulting, long flash, 10 seconds, or Morse A. So in the phase, we can use any other light as long as it is not the flashing lights of an isolated danger mark, safe watermark, and a cardinal mark.